Today on Everyday Tactical Vids, we're taking a look at the Schrade MA5S. As usual, this is Tim. Thanks for checking out the video. The Schrade MA5S is going to run you between $20 up to probably $25, $26, $27. It has a 4.3-inch partially serrated blade and a 5.7-inch rubber-coated aluminum handle. The weight is 5.5 ounces. And let's take a look at some of the other features. First, here's a look at the knife from end to end. As you can see, it is black coated. Here's your plain edge and then your serrated. It does say Schrade there. Very textured rubberized handle. I wouldn't call it a lanyard hole, but kind of a lanyard slot there. And then coming back the other way, you can see MA5S. Here's your pocket clip. It is a liner lock, and this does have a safety as well, and I'll show you that feature in a moment. And that's what the knife looks like. Here's what it looks like in my hand. As I often share, I'm about 6'2", so I do have probably slightly larger hands, and this fits very comfortably. When I do grab it like this, you know, if I was going to do some sort of slicing, you can see there is quite a bit of the handle sticking out there. So if you do have very small hands, this might not be a great knife for you, but it's certainly not oversized if you have average sized hands. As far as the actual lockup and deployment, you can see that is a liner lock, and then you have this additional locking feature here on the back. So when it's down like this, that is engaged. When it's up like this, the extra safety is off. Then you just push the liner to the side, and then you can close it up. Deployment is with the thumb stud, one here on this side, one on the other side, and a little flick of the wrist, and that'll lock into place. Now, one thing that's interesting about the safety is that on a lot of knives that have a liner lock, when you put the safety down, it keeps the liner from moving. But you can see here, let me move this up, you can still move the liner completely out of the way, but even when you do so with the safety on, liner's completely out of the way, you can't push the blade down. It does move slightly. Let's see if you can see that. So it will move slightly, but that safety keeps it from closing completely. When the safety is pushed off, liner to the side, you can close it up very easily. There it is. And that's how you deploy it. When you do have the knife, the blade open, you just slide this back, and it's actually quite comfortable. It does stick up just a little bit, and you can feel it on your thumb, but it's not like it's bothering me at all when I'm actually holding it like this. As far as jimping on the knife, there is jimping here. You can also see some up here on the blade. There it is, and then underneath as well. So you do get some nice control on the knife. It's not super aggressive jimping. I would prefer it was a little bit more aggressive, but it does do the job, and when you choke up here, you get a little bit more control because of that jimping on the top side of the blade. On the back side here, you can see the pocket clip, and that is the only location for the pocket clip, so you can't switch it around, move it to a different side or top or bottom. It's only one location for that. Show you the blade up close here. It does have those serrations, and then you do have the plain edge and the other side. That's what it looks like there. As far as the description that they give to the knife, they do call it a tactical folding knife. It is 7CR17 stainless steel, so that is going to be decent for resisting any kind of corrosion or rust, anything like that. Let me show you the knife in action and show you how it actually does some cutting. Here it is cutting some webbing, and I'll show you using both the plain edge and the serrated portion. Here's the plain edge portion, so that works fine. And then with the serrated edge, here it is working on some wood. You can tell when you actually look at the wood, those serrations they're leaving some lines there, some striations in the wood. When you shift up, you know, you want to choke up a little bit like this and use just the plain edge. You can do some of those finer shavings a little bit more easily. And that's what that looks like. As I wrap up here, let me just toss out a couple thoughts to you. The first thing is, I got this knife because I like the overall look of it. I like the style of the handle, the style of the blade. I like the fact that you have that rubber coating on top of an aluminum handle, and it is a kind of a large knife, and I wanted to just try something different. So that's why I picked this up in the first place. The second thing is, they call this a tactical folder. I own the Benchmade Contigo, which is going to run you around $150. So that is just in a totally different class when it comes to a tactical folder compared to this. The thing we have to always consider is price point. So some people are saying, well, I don't want to spend 150 bucks on a tactical folding knife. Well, you can get this one for 20 or 25. Is it made to the same degree of quality? No, it's not, but I don't think Schrade is actually trying to use this knife to compete with the Benchmade Contago. So what would I use this for? EDC? I don't think so. Too big. I like a finer blade for my EDC knives, but I would put this in a pack, throw this into a backpack if I was headed out into the woods, or, to have this as a utility tactical folding knife, maybe in an emergency bag that I had in my car, a bug out bag, a bailout bag that I had in my house, something like that. Overall, I would say on the range of tactical folders, this is way on the low end as far as cost, and even the materials that they used to make it, they didn't dump a ton of money into it. However, I did find it to be a pretty fun knife just to use and to handle. It does have that nice large handle, so even for someone like me, it's fun just to kind of use it in different applications. So check it out. It's the Schrade MA5S, kind of a cool and unique looking tactical folder for not a ton of cash. Thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and check us out on Tumblr. Take care.